Morning, guys. If you're in Australia, evening if you're in Europe. Another episode of Detour Podcast. I'm joined by the man on the ground, John Trevorrow, and we've just finished the team time trial over in Utrecht.
We have.
Just finished. They love the late finishes at the Vuelta, Iffy.
They do, but being the team time trial, but we're not in Spain at the moment. We're in Holland, but enormous crowd, absolutely fantastic event, brilliant.
Now, obviously, the weather was going to play a role in the course and the results. And looking at the results, Jumbo Visma, they're obviously the favourites or one of the big ones before the race. You caught up with Rohan Dennis yesterday. Would have provided a bit of a diesel for the team as well, but it was pretty tight. They won by 13 seconds to Ineos. Quick Step were up there 14, but BikeExchange 31 seconds behind. But I think they had some trickier conditions, Johnny.
Yeah, they did for sure. Yep, you're stuttering a bit, but I think it's my Wi-Fi again, so I might have to go to the phone again very shortly. But I'll do that while you're going to show some of the clips. But there's no doubt about that. It rained on parts of the course early. Excuse me. And BikeExchange were a little bit unlucky. They left to the organisers to select the top dozen teams who didn't have to go into the draw, and they didn't pick BikeExchange. Now they were about.
Yeah, no, your internet's gone. What we'll do is,
we'll go.
You have to flick over. We'll play the pre-race interviews you did first, and then we'll unpack because we've got to grab pre-race as well with Rohan Dennis and Jai Hindley. But we'll play the pre-race interviews before with some of the guys you caught up with on the ground, and you can fix your Wi-Fi.
Okay. Ben, you've just done a few laps of the recce. What did you think of it?
I hope it's not wet, because it would be pretty dangerous. It's a really, really technical start. It's obviously in the city, but you do turn a lot. So, it's going to be interesting if it's wet. I hope it's not.
Yeah. So, I've got the two mics going here. So, what's your plans for the next couple of weeks leading into this? Are you going to take it easy early? What's the plan for you for this?
No, I want to try GC. I'd like to think I can anyway as well. And I think it'd be nice to see how high I can finish. I think I'm better in Grand Tours than I am in stage races also. So why not try for GC, and hopefully it can be a top 5, or if it's a top 10, it's a top 10. That's just do your best.
And just recently, how has your form been?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't lose any form from the Tour de France, that was an injury. It wasn't to do with form. So I think it's clear that if I can back up what I did in Dauphiné, you should be close. I mean, it was really only me that was the closest to be able to follow Jonas and Primoz, and it wasn't too far away. So you should believe that you should be up there with the best guys here then.
So what do you think of TTTs in Grand Tours? Do you think that's a team time trial is a good thing?
Yeah, I mean, it's better than a cobble pavé stage in Roubaix. I think it's a discipline that means a lot. It's technically very difficult, and also as a team, you really have to be very together. So I think it's more enjoyable than having some very silly, crazy 16% climb or a cobble stage, to be honest.
All right, we'll be catching you a little bit over the next 3 weeks, but good luck, mate.
Thanks, man. Cheers.
Yeah, we had an iffy problem yesterday with the sound, but it's all good. We're all good. Yeah. So, Luke Plapp, your first Grand Tour, you've just done a recce of the team time trial. What do you think?
A wet recce, mate. Hopefully it dries up here. It looks like it's going to dry up towards the end, which is when we're off, which would be nice. Technical at the start, but then we get into our paces and really use our speed and our engines we got, mate. And yeah, look, I'm just excited to get my first Grandie out of the way.
So you're being a time trial nut, I'll say, and right into all the tech of it. Yeah. What do you think is the place for a team time trial in a Grand Tour?
Oh, I love it. I think for sure it's you got to have it in the race. I just saw that they've got another one for stage 1 in the Vuelta next year, which I'm already excited for. But yeah, look, I think we've got to get through the first technical part here. you're not going to lose the race. You're not going to win the race today, but you could lose it. So I think we've got to get through that start of it. And then, just get underway and really get into our stride. And we got Ethan here, and we'll just sit on him and let him do all the work.
So, you're riding your first Grand Tour, but what do you think your main role is going to be in this race?
I think a bit of everything, mate. Look after the guys with the food and the drinks when we get to hot, sunny Spain. Hopefully do a few long pulls on the climbs and really set it up. And when it comes down to the sprint, be a part of it with Ethan. So do a bit of everything and just help them all. And look, we'll see how we end up at the end.
All right, good luck over the next 3 weeks, mate.
Thanks, Iffy. Cheers, mate.
Okay, so Luke Durbridge, about to ride your first Vuelta, which is an exciting thing.
Yeah, mate, I'm really looking forward to it. Got a call up sort of last minute, and I just when I got the call, I had saw the team and was excited to come over to Spain and join. Well, not Spain here, but to join them. So should be good. Starts with the team time trial that I enjoy, and should be good to go.
So you say you enjoy a team time trial. You've just done 2 laps to Recce. What do you think of the course?
Yeah, it's really good. The first 5K is pretty technical, but other than that, it's nice big straights and pretty flat. So suits our team, and get through the first 5K nice and smooth, and then open up the taps to the finish.
And hopefully it stays dry, because that's going to make a difference.
It is what it is. I mean, it's just hopefully it's even for everyone. Hopefully stays dry for everyone, or it's wet for everyone.
So consensus is that you guys, Quick Step, Jumbo and Ineos as the 4 teams that stand out. They're later than you, so you'd be hoping to finish and then it starts raining.
You want an even race, so if you're beaten by a better team, you're beaten by a better team. But we can't really. The good thing about team time, we can only concentrate on your own. So we'll just do our best ride and see how we go.
Now you love your time trials and team time trials. Where do you think they fit into Grand Tours?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not all the time, but every couple of years it should definitely have a team time trial. It's a great event, and it's good to see them back.
Good luck over the next 3 weeks, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
There you go. There's a couple of pre-race grabs, and I think your internet's sorted now, Iffy, so we're ready to charge on.
Yeah, given the hotel the flick and not the old iPhone connection. So anyway, all good. Yeah, so as I was saying earlier, they let the organisers pick the top dozen teams or whatever, and they didn't put BikeExchange Jayco into that, which was ridiculous when they were told to select who they thought were the GC teams. Well, Simon is either an equal favourite or second favourite, and he won it just 3 years ago. And so I can tell you the team were unhappy. I was talking to Brent Copeland, the general manager. They were very, very unhappy that they didn't get into that, which meant they would have been running with those final teams into a dry. And I'll tell you, they could have ran second. I don't think they would have they lost a full 30 seconds because of the wet conditions. There was a couple of corners that were very iffy, but I reckon they probably lost 20, so they could very well have run second, and that would be peeing them off, I think. But the guys were really pleased with how they went, the strength they had, and they all put in. So, yeah, it bodes well for a good Vuelta coming up for them.
You were talking to Luke Plapp, who you said is a bit of a tech nerd.
Well, in time trial, yeah.
Well, I was just going to say they're back again with the balaclavas. Some of the teams, like the Specialized, using their time trial helmets. I saw Bewley posted on the Social Distance podcast, said they're back and they're going to be reintroduced at Spanish banks.
It looks like it's Star Wars, but anyway, whatever.
But yeah, I mean, it would be disappointing given that when it comes down to team time trials, the best thing about it obviously is the unknown. Your entire team can dictate what happens on a GC. And look at Ben O'Connor, for example, didn't have the strongest of TT squads. They've lost 55 seconds. So already from a GC perspective, he's on the back foot. But, when you have a TT like powerhouse around you and you're having to deal with worse conditions and you do lose, 20 seconds or whatever to the big guys, it'd be hard to sort of just block that out now and just keep going. But That's it. That's
Yeah,
bike
and
racing.
they didn't do a bad ride at all. I mean, look, Bora finished 7th at 41 seconds, but they were really up there. They were in front of BikeExchange Jayco at the halfway mark, only a couple of seconds, and they were really pleased with their time. Now, in the end, they had not as they were half an hour after BikeExchange, so Bora had a little bit better conditions, but not perfect. But the last teams to ride, which were the 3 first, second, third, had perfect conditions. So, it makes a difference.
All right. Well, we've got 2 other interviews to show you. This is Rohan Dennis after he'd done his recon, and Jai Henley after they completed their TT.
Rohan, you've just done your recce. We spoke to you yesterday, but there's a bit of iffy problem with the sound. So, yesterday you spoke and you said you were confident. What did you think of the course? You just done a couple of laps.
Yeah, we did 2 laps. One lap was a little bit wet at the start, and we planned to do a little bit quicker on the second lap, just to feel out the corners, and it was a little bit dry, so let's see how it goes. It's quite fast though. If it is dry, it's going to be a really nice course. If it's wet, I'm sure we'll see some unfortunate carnage. Hopefully not us, touch wood.
So you're a bit of a TT tragic. You love your time trials and you're into all the speckies of it. What do you think of a TTT to start a Grand Tour?
I love it. We've missed it for 3 years now, since 2019 Tour de France. I believe that was the last one. I think it should be at least every second year in every Grand Tour. They can figure out which year they want to do it, but I love them. I think they're a great way to actually show the team's strength, not just the individual who wins.
Now, I remember interviewing you here, I can't remember, 5, 6 years ago?
7
years ago.
Sure, 7 years.
You had yellow on, but a different reason when you won the prologue and took the yellow jersey. So, great memories of this town.
Always good memories so far. Let's make sure it stays that way today.
Good luck today, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, Jai. Well, Jai, you've just finished. That was a fantastic time. We haven't heard the last 3 big teams to come, but you're only a few seconds behind BikeExchange.
Yeah. I think the team can be pretty happy with that ride. Like the guys are on fire out there, and yeah. I mean, everyone did their best, and you can't ask them more than that. So yeah, I think when we looked at the ride, I think it was actually pretty smooth and pretty fast. So yeah, and we all finished with our skin on our back, so it's also a bonus. But happy it was dry out there, and also the atmosphere was electric. I think Utrecht really put on a show. So yeah, it was awesome out there, and looking forward to the next couple of days.
So you're actually 2 seconds up on BikeExchange at the halfway. Was it dry for you at the start, or did you get a little bit dampish?
I think some of the corners, especially like in the shaded areas, they were still a bit wet, but I think everyone more or less had the similar conditions. So I mean, like I said, we finished safe, and it was also pretty fast. So we can ask for, right?
Thanks, mate, and good luck for the next 3 weeks, mate.
Cheers, thanks.
Jai Henley there, and Rohan Dennis, iffy. I saw that it was good to see Robert Gessing get the leader's jersey. Obviously,
that was
a hero, and it felt a bit like when Swank took it at the Giro in 2014.
Yeah, a bit like that for the team, but him being in Holland and being a Dutchman made it even more so, and a veteran with the team. So, yeah, they would have planned that well ahead. But, they were strong, very strong. And the power there was no doubt who that was, and that was Aussie Rohan Dennis, who was just really motoring.
We've got a couple of live comments. Stuart McIntosh says, what's the COVID situation like in Europe? If strict protocols still in place at the Vuelta?
For those listening on podcast, it's a bit iffy. Look, we're doing the right thing. We're in the bubble. And to get to the team buses like we were allowed to there, got to have not just your accreditation pass. You've got to have this special parking pass, which means we had to pass a test, get a full test. Vazzy and I had to pass that, which we did. Then one of the few tests I've passed recently, and then you've got a special colour bib, and you have to wear a mask. But I was standing next to a whole stack of journos from another station. I won't say who they were. They didn't have their masks on. Oh, they put them on just before the interview, but they didn't have them mixing around and talking with the guys from the team and that. And I thought, this is a little bit slack. So we'll see how this goes on, because just before the start, one of the small Spanish teams lost 2 of their riders and 4 of their staff. One of the guys was telling me they were in the same hotel and they saw this young Spanish rider in tears, just crying because he was about to ride his first Vuelta and suddenly he doesn't get to start. Terrible stuff. So Vazzy and I are doing the right thing. We're wearing the mask whenever we're mingling with people. And when we're at the team buses, we do the right thing.
That's all we can do. We're going to take a quick drinks break. When we come back, we'll preview stage 2. And you caught up with the son of a super fan for the detour. So stay tuned.
He did. Nice, man.
Look at this bike. You think it's just a bike, right? But it's not. It's a bike 374 people are looking at. This guy, this girl, them, all looking at it. People from here, there, and wherever this is. People that are looking for a bike. Or just a piece of it. Amateurs, semi-amateurs, and pro-amateurs. This guy wants this bike, but with this crank and these bars. This could be the perfect match. But not this one. This girl has a bike to sell, and thousands of people might purchase it. Eyes on Bikes help grow small businesses. His, hers, yours, and the latest data and insights help those businesses keep moving. We are the world's #1 bike marketplace, with over 500,000 products and 900 brands, where buyers and sellers are brought together in a place where a bike is never just a bike. BikeExchange, where the world buys, sells, learns, and rides.
Yeah, big thanks again to BikeExchange. As we always say, if you want a road bike, mountain bike, e-bike, get to bikeexchange.com.au because there are no excuses.
Exactly, mate. Whether you're in Melbourne or Utrecht, you just jump onto bikeexchange.com.au and you'll find a great deal near you.
Couple other live comments. Jan Borman says, love watching a team time trial live. Spectacular to watch. Cycling is technically a team sport, so it definitely should be in a Grand Tour more than gravel or cobbles anyway. That was the general consensus from the riders you were speaking to. They're the stages that they're like, hang on, no, gravel, cobbles, don't have those, but team time trial, they don't have a big issue with.
And I bumped into Jan today. She's here at the start. Here for a couple of days, and so we had a cuddle, and it was great. She's a fantastic, a great fan of the detour, and a top lady.
Now, we were talking before the break that you got an interview with Superfan's son, and the Superfan is Andy Matthews, who leaves a comment. He says, good morning, Dan and John. Some good pre-race interviews there. I agree with Dan that it would be hard for Ben O'Connor, who says he's going for GC to start tomorrow, 55 seconds down, which is a good point, but yeah, he'll bounce back. And here's an interview you did with his son, Robbie, who's riding the bikes over there in Europe. So let's have a quick squeeze.
Nice, so we don't know who's won the stage yet. This is for the detour. There's still 3 to come, but I know that Ineos and Jumbo are up a few seconds on BikeExchange, but they're riding in the drive. But with me, we've got Robbie Matthews. Now, Robbie, your dad, Andy, we caught in at the Giro. And he was telling me all about you. So you live not far from here in Maastricht. Tell us a little bit about your story.
Yeah, so after doing quite well in the junior ranks in Australia, I decided to move to the Netherlands to do some bike racing, but also to do some university studies. So I study international business at Maastricht University, and on the weekends and when I can fit it in, I do some club racing in Belgium and France and the Netherlands.
Yeah, and you're just here for the day today and then back home to school.
Exactly. Back to the day job after this. It's beautiful, just a 2-hour drive up to go see the race, and it's lovely to get in amongst it and see all these guys that are well, it's going to be a long few weeks for them, but yeah, it's nice.
Now, your dad tells me that you're going to be back for the summer, and it could be riding the Bakerits.
Yeah, that would be awesome. It's always a great field, and it seems like an awesome race, and I've always dreamt of doing it. That would be amazing.
Yeah, well, 3 days this year, January 1, 2 and 3. So, yeah, we'll have to get your spot in there, mate.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Looking forward to it.
All right, Robbie, have a good time, mate. See ya.
Yeah, see ya.
The whole purpose of that interview is to get it plugged into the Bakerits. That's a stitch up.
Hey! But nice young man. Nice young man. Yeah.
All right, so what's the weather doing for stage 2? If you've got 175k stages, cap 4, sort of in the middle, about the 105k mark. Looks like obviously one for the sprinters. What are we thinking? Crosswinds, any curveballs?
It's the proverbial hat with a little bump in the middle, so it'll be one for the sprinters, all right. Yeah. Look, in Holland, you get crosswinds, and it's sort of a semicircle. So I mean, which way you go, you're going to get crosswinds at some stage. So yeah, look, it's a beautiful stage. We've got to drive about 60k to the start or 80k or something, but then the race wheels all the way around to get back to Utrecht for the finish. Look, it's a sprinter's day, and it'd be good to see how your old mate, the Irishman, Sam Bennett, goes.
Sam Bennett.
Because, he looks strong in TTT today, and teammate of our mate Jai, and. Yeah, it'd be good to see him pull it out, and also young Caden Groves. I think Caden will give it a real shake.
Who are a couple of the other big name sprinters that they've got over there this year, Johnny?
Well, I haven't got the biggest names. Now you've put me on the spot because I have to get my
mate, you're on the ground.
It's been hectic, okay?
I love throwing out the curveballs where it's like, right, let's dig into the old research pit. We both look at each other like a bloody Mexican standoff.
On my little notepad next to me, because we've just finished the race. Race had dinner. Vazzy's still sitting there finishing the dinner that I couldn't. It's just how late we were. And I put sprinters, ? And my first thing I was going to do, but you rang me too early, so that I didn't do all the investigation.
Well, okay, you're in amongst the media, right? Was one of the big talking points before the Vuelta the whole Nairo Quintana situation, where he's pulled out the Vuelta after he tested positive for tramadol.
It's definitely been talked about, but he was never really going to be a contender here, and it leaked earlier, like a while back, and he could have started. Hasn't been disqualified at all. He got rubbed out of that Tour de France for the tramadol, but he hasn't been penalised in any other way, which I find a bit weird, but. Yeah,
I don't understand the protocols in terms of like it's a UCI rule, but not a rule outside of that rule. Or a WADA rule. Yeah. Why wouldn't it be the same thing?
Well, it's only recently been put on because it wasn't thought of as a really serious situation for athletes, but UCI decided there were just too many people who were using it, and that they had to take it out because it is just a painkiller. But what sort of pain does it stop? I suppose, and it was always a grey area. Now he's going to fight. He says, who says he's guilty? I suppose, but he's had a couple of other little situations just recently. Now, so yeah, starting to smell a little bit. Hopefully. I don't want to jump on the bandwagon too early, but because he's had a great career and hasn't been thrown out or found positive before. So let's see, I suppose. He come from Colombia. They're not known for any drugs in Colombia, are they? Oh, actually, it's the other place. Yeah. Anyway,
I see they still run the socks on centipede quotes with Jai Hindley now. It's just what he's attached to. Like I think Cycling Tips did an article. I was just scanned through before, and that's his tagline. He's got to get some merch going.
We do, but it should be really as first reported on the detour. It should be where else. We should get that to it added.
Yeah, like here's the headline there. Sox centipedes on ice as Hindley eases into Vuelta and Bennett feels pressure.
Yeah. You feel the pressure tomorrow because you go for the win. Yeah.
Who's your tip for stage 2?
Caden Groves.
All right. Well, I'll go Sam Bennett because we haven't done much sprinters research. We don't know who's racing.
They're the only 2 sprinters in the whole race.
No,
there's quite a few. I'll upgrade the sprinters tomorrow. Sorry, sprinters, I've been a bit slack. I'll upgrade all the sprinters tomorrow.
No worries.
While I was talking, I should have grabbed the list out and opened it up and had a look, shouldn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't have time for that now, mate. Like, no one wants to listen or watch a podcast of you going, who we got on to the next team? Oh, he's racing. No, it's usually what we do pre-show, mate. Okay. All right, we'll be back again, same time, 6:30 a.m.
Tim Merlier. Yeah, he's going really well, and he will be the main. He'll be the other one throwing the hat in the ring tomorrow.
Okay. Thanks again for tuning in, guys. YouTube.com/Detour Podcast. Good job with the audio levels, Iffy.
Oh, that was Vazzy. He got it all sorted out.
Yep. All right.
I had him under too much pressure early, but he's just back from his beautiful meal and. He finished off my bit as well. It's all good. Good.
All right. Well, we'll see you again tomorrow, guys. Enjoy stage 2. We'll see you then with our awesome sprint predictions. See if they come through.
See you, gang.
See you, guys.
This is the winning